Dominique. Good morning and welcome to our nowhere near ready finished house tour. So we bought this house back in December 2020. You can watch the video of what it did look like here. And we did a few odd jobs and then officially started renovating in June last year. We then had to move out September last year. Would you mind? Could you? Yeah. Eventually had to move out in September last year and then lived in Airbnbs until 3 days before Christmas, and we moved back in. It was a super rushed push to get us in, frantic sorting out of things, trying to get it as homely as possible, but we kind of did it. So I thought I would show you around and see where we're at and what we've still got left to do, which is quite a lot. So this is of course our hallway. This used to be the utility room. So you used to walk in the utility room, which was a bit of a weird entrance. We'll put a rail up, that tends to keep this area tidy, but eventually we will have a really nice cupboard and lots of storage. This was our garage. Kind of still is a garage really for what we've got in there, but eventually it will be the office. Million miles from now. So coming through this way, this is our open plan. At the minute it is an open plan living room, kitchen, dining room. Eventually the living room will go back into this room there, which I'll show you in a minute, but this will be our kitchen, dining room area. So it is a really lovely space. We've got the lovely double heighted ceilings, and then we've got the lovely view, well, both ways, out to the garden that way and then out to the garden that way as well. So I'll show you what we're using at the minute. This is our kitchen. We are being saved by Ninja air fryers. So we've got this one, which is the Ninja Foodie. This is the 15-in-1. This one was sent to us very kindly by Very. And then we've just got the, kind of what that one was called, the dual air fryer. But that is like saving the day at the moment because we don't have an oven and we don't have a microwave. We've got our little induction hob, which again has been a lifesaver. We've got our sink situation, and this is pretty much the only storage that we have, so it is quite a limited kitchen right now. So we've got this lovely big wooden frame which has just been put in by Jamie. What's his name? Jamie?
Fry.
It's because he's called Jamie Joseph Fry on Instagram. So he built this lovely wooden frame and then put the glass in, and then he's also building us a pivot door here because it's such a big door. It's a standard door but quite heavy. So we'll have a pivot one there and that'll lead out into the garden. Dom tidied up the garden recently, so it's actually looking quite nice out there. Until you sort of look around the corner and see the leftover staircase. So this is our little living room area. This is all the furniture we had before. Everything is covered in dust. Everything. I've never known dust like it, and I was saying to Boyd on the other day because eventually we would love to get the floors micro cemented. And I was like, is this how dusty it's going to be? And he was like, no, because that's a resin. We're currently walking on self-leveler, which is pretty much just dust. So that is probably priority, is getting our floors sorted because I can't deal with this amount of dust. We've got our Sky TV there. That's the Sky Glass TV, which is a lifesaver because our aerial and everything is in through this room, whereas this works off Wi-Fi, so we're still able to have nice telly and still have our Sky and things like that. So I will take you through this room. This is a junk room. It is eventually going to be our living room, and it was our living room. It is the old lodge room, so it is, how old is it?
It's about 200 years old.
About 200 years old. I'll tell you about one here. It's freezing because there's no heating still. So this is our situation in here. So in hindsight, what we should have done is not did anything to this room and left it as a standalone, but we were too excited and too enthusiastic, and on the other side of here was a really old 80s chimney. So we always knew we wanted to take that down because that used to be the entrance, like the doorway for the lodge. So that was really one of the first jobs we did. So that's actually been open since June now. We're eventually going to have like it's not an oriel, is it, because it's not floating, but like kind of like an oriel window, so it's like a 3D boxy glass window that will come out into the garden, and it's sort of framed by the old stone doorway, but it needs a frame building. We've got the glass, we just need to get that done. But because we've had it open for so long, that caused a lot of damp because it was open all winter and autumn, so a lot of the floors now knackered. So now we've got quite a lot of work to do here. It still needs radiators. Yeah, so in hindsight, this is what we would have done. But anything you want to add about this room that I've missed?
No, I don't think so.
It's just a room we keep shutting the door on.
Yeah.
And wanting to forget about because it kind of upsets us a little bit. But yes, it'll be lovely in the end.
We're going for a more traditional
Yes.
way to match this older part of the house, aren't we?
Yeah, so in there it's quite modern, quite sort of like minimal, was like Scandi vibe-ish? I don't know, just like a nice vibe. And then in here, we're going to, because of the history of the room, we're going to stick with really traditional. So we want like bookshelves. Yeah, so like a very big contrast between the two rooms. So I am excited for it to be done. But it's not really a priority, this room at the moment, apart from this bit, because we really do need to get this blocked up. Right, so the next room will be the bedroom, but I'm going to tidy the staircase first.
After we've just been in that room, I don't think the bag on the stairs matters.
Wow, but you need to get the nice feel of the stairs.
Okay.
The stairs are nice. But one part of this house that's actually good. So we've got these lovely stairs that Jamie Fry also installed. These are
Douglas fir
stairs. So they're lovely, and we will be getting a banister on as well because everybody's nearly killing themselves on our stairs at the moment. So yeah, that's the things we need to do. So right, going to our bedroom. This was always our bedroom before, except the wall came about here-ish. And there was sort of this space in the hallway which was wasted, the space under the stairs. So we pinched this to make our bedroom slightly bigger. We're going to use the understairs part as our peloton storage. And eventually we're going to have wardrobes that go across here. And here it'll be like it'll look like a wardrobe door, but when you open it, it'll have our little peloton station in there, some weights in our get fit area. The bed is staying central because then you get the view out into the garden, and then we're getting Jamie to build us a headboard. So it'll be like a floating headboard, and it'll be in chardwood here. These little things under the bed. But yes, so you do get a lovely view outside, especially when the garden will be done, and it is quite nice waking up on a morning, because we have no curtains. I can wake up on a morning and sit and watch the birds as well. And then we've got this nice view here, which
is of a fence.
I really like this view, but every time I say that, John laughs because he's like, it's a view of a fence. And actually at the minute, it's also a view of a old staircase. But the idea behind it is that when you walk in the front door, you can see through to the back of the house. So when we get plant and foliage and all kinds there, it'll be a very lovely view. That is our bedroom. Then we'll go into our dressing room. So I will have a dressing station, like a makeup station here, and then in this little part here will be our built-in wardrobes. At the minute it's just Dom's stuff and a little bit of mine. I don't know how that's worked out, that Dom got this room, because I will show you my wardrobe at the minute. But yeah, he looked out with this part. So he's got a nice little area here. This is his wardrobe. Now this is, oh sorry, forgot to show you the lovely. So then we have another lovely gallery window, I think it's called, which is a nice view of some bags of leaves at the moment. And we put the nice tree as well, and a pile of leaves as well, so that's a nice view.
It's a nice bag
at
of
the
leaves.
moment. So this will, I'm going to put the light on because it is quite a dark room. So this will be our ensuite. That there'll be the shower, sinks and toilet, and then there'll be a big bath here. At the moment it is my wardrobe. So as you can see, Dom looked out with his. This is where mine's shoved in. And everything gets covered in dust. So yeah, it's not the ideal situation, but we're getting there. So that'll be where our toilet goes. So we've got this nice little R. Same here. Now I actually did spend some time yesterday sorting this out and making it look a little bit homely and what it will eventually look like. So we will go and have a look at the utility now. This is our downstairs loo. So we now have an internal door that's only just gone on. So we've lived without one for 6 weeks. Ooh, fancy. It really is just a toilet. That's all we have in here. But this is all plumbed for a shower, and then the sink will go there. That's as exciting as that is. But we'll go through to the utility, which is very exciting. So this will soon be Elvis's bedroom. So he'll stay in here, and then we've got a door that just goes straight out the side of the house. And if he ever comes in for muddy walks and things like that, we'll let him in this way. This was the back of the garage, so we've pinched over the garage space to make this. And then we're going to have sort of cupboards along here. There'll be a sink, all the cleaning stuff, the washing, everything related to this kind of stuff will all be in here, which I'm very excited about. Oh, actually, I am going to show you our fancy lights in our hallway because I love them so much. Got this nice little archway as well that we've had built in. But if I can get the right button, because I can't work out lights yet. Okay. Yes. So this is our lovely shadow light.
Just low lighting, I would imagine.
Low lighting, which looks, I mean, it looks nice now, but it looks really good at night time. And it actually goes through to that way as well. So I do like that kind of vibe. So we're going to go upstairs now, and what you'll see is the further up you go, the more finished the house is.
I don't know about that, like.
It was. No, because we wanted to make sure that the girls had a space that wasn't a building site. So we tried our best to make it as homely as possible for them. So we come onto the landing area. We pinched a little bit from this bedroom so that we could create a shared work and home workstation. Jamie Fry made this beautiful charred wood desk, and then the girls both got a Mac for Christmas to share. So this is where they come and study, come and do homework and things like that. It means they can leave their bedrooms are for play and relaxing, and then out here is for work. Then we've got this lovely big skylight, which just belts natural light into this area, but also into our hallway, which can be quite dark and not dingy, but dark.
Moody.
Yes, but this is from Luxe light. However, it is broken, so it is meant to be on like automatic, and you should be able to open it, but it's jammed. So yes. Where is that? There's now you can come in Penny's room, which is tidy for Penny. All I can say is she's a creative little kid. and creative kids have messy rooms. So there's just lots of paper, cutouts, paint, everything on this side. So we probably shouldn't have had carpet put down. We should probably have had like line or tiles or something in this section, because quite likely going to get ruined. But yeah, we're just trying to, we're lacking storage. That's the big thing that we haven't got. So she's got some IKEA units, which I think, yeah, we had that in the bedroom before. Luckily we kept them. Little desk area. So this will be eventually built-in wardrobes. At the minute she's got a rail, but her big showstopper is, of course, this window. Eventually she's going to have a lovely little window seat here, so she can sit. I would say she'll be reading, but she'll be on her iPad. So sit on her iPad, but with a nice view. But yeah, it really gives you a lovely view out into the street, into the garden. I think this is probably one of my favourite parts of the house. It is really, really gorgeous. Her bathroom is just in here. So we had the bathroom micro cemented. We went for, it's called Pistachio. When it first got installed, it felt like it was fluorescent. Like we were walking into Penny's bathroom and we would see the green like belting out into the bedroom. So we almost did dull it down, but I think it was probably more Dom was being braver than me, and he said, well, once we get the, see what they like, once we get the suite in and once the bedroom's painted, because I think the green against the pink was probably making it more bright. But actually I am very glad we left it, because I do love the colour of it now. She's got all our copper fixtures. We're going to bring like some colours and patterns into here as well. Yeah, it's like a little wet room. If you've seen my Instagram stories, you know we've had a bit of a nightmare with the plumbing. Thankfully a new plumber's coming out this week to hopefully get it sorted, because this shower is unusable. It's leaking into our dressing room, which is below. Lots of things wrong, but it looks nice. So I will take you through to Amelia's room. Oh, and just as a point, so yes, we have internal doors, which we haven't had for a very long time, and yes, these are our handles. We will have handles eventually, and these will be getting painted the same colour as the walls. They're very just minimal and discreet. And we've got sexy hinges. Oh, I don't want to show you that one, because that one's got the cut.
That's the worst one of them all.
I know. So we're not, don't look at that one. Look at this sexy hinge. Ooh. So these are hidden hinges, so when they're shut, this is how the door looks. Like that.
Got it.
So it's very nice. So this is Amelia's room. So the swapped rooms. Amelia wanted this one instead this time. So the beds are in the same position, and then here we're going to have sort of what do you call it, like a little,
like a recessed bedside table. Yeah,
recessed area here. So there'll be the chargers will be hidden. There'll be little night lights, and storage as well for books and whatever they need. She has also got a very lovely big window. So the window before was a dormer window, so kind of walked outwards, but all you could see is the roof, because that part of the house was actually built, it was an extension that was built after this, it was added, so the view wasn't great. So although we lost a little bit of height, we've done it this way, and it just means that your view is the trees and the sky, and it's a much nicer view. Also creates a lovely shooting environment when you're doing selfies in the mirror, because the light just spot on. And then eventually she'll have some wardrobes here, and that'll be all hidden. Her bathroom is very similar, but we're just went for a different colour. I think, what was this one? It was Feather 2.
Yeah.
Feather 2. Millie's bath shower was also leaking. That one started really peeing through the ceiling the other night. Thankfully Dom's been up and it has been mended, but again we're going to get a plumber to have a look at it, so we can finally use this shower properly. So this is it's all the stuff that we had before we started renovating. Again, just massively lacking storage, but this will be her makeup area, so it'll come under the window, so she'll get the nice natural light. This actually window is probably the only one in the house at the minute that's working to its full capacity, so it's gonna just like that. Very cool. Our blinds. So she's got blackout blinds. Here's Amelia's room. That's the rest of the house.
Outside?
Outside? I'll take you outside. Outside. Okay. This is the outside. These both used to be it was like a double garage, so that was converted. It looks a bit messy at the minute because eventually it is going to be clad in wood, which is why we've just got some breeze blocks patching in. So it looks a little bit messy at the minute, but it will look nice. Oh, we're going to the garden.
We are?
Oh, we're going to the garden. Okay, we'll go to the garden. Well, there's not a lot to do.
Well, there's the wood from the back.
Oh, right.
Absolutely.
Okay. Come on then. Actually, our garden's not very nice at the minute because Dom's tidy, so it's very tidy, very secret garden like. So this is what it looks like from the outside. So if you have some imagination, you can imagine that there'll be a pivot door here, which will just be all glass as well, just nice big chunky wood. And then eventually we're going to have the floor, it'll be the same height, so it just sort of seamlessly goes from the inside of the house to the outside of the house. And then we've actually had a landscaper come today to give us some ideas of what we can do. And I think what we'll be doing is working with the garden in separate bits. So we can probably going to concentrate on this bit first. Create a nice patio area. There'll be like seating area over there. But yeah, it'll be a lovely socialising space because that will be our kitchen. Then you'll be able to walk out in the garden in the summer, and that'll be very lovely. Oh, and then that also gives you an idea of what Penny's window looks like from the outside. So all the drains still need doing, all the soffits and soffits. They all need doing, the drains all need doing still. So that looks a bit tired, but I'm gonna modernise all that as well. Now, is there anything I forgot?
I don't think so. I think we've covered everything.
I think that's good. So that is our nowhere near ready house tour. I hope you enjoyed it. It gives you a bit of an idea of what we've been doing for the last 6 months and where we intend to be going over the next year. But yeah, if you like that and you want to see more house content, then please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.